Kyle here with Lake Vermilion Houseboats. We're doing an orientation video for our Polaris Indy Adventure 144. So first thing we kind of go over with our guests is just the basic operation. So here's your brake right up here, and throttle's right here. So there is no shifting on the machines. It's simply throttle to go forward, brake to stop. Now next thing we go over are kind of the different dials here on the, would be the left hand side handlebar. So this top one right here is your heated hand grips, right? So all the way to the right is high, all the way to the left is off. There's different settings in there, but we usually start with it on the high setting, and then from there the guests can tone down as need be. So this bottom one here is your heated throttle. So again, all the way to the right is high, all the way to the left is off. Again, should be on high when you get here. This blue button here is your high beam, low beam for driving at night. And then this is your reverse button right here. So to engage the reverse with the machines, while the machine is idling, you just simply press this, the motor stops, it actually spins backwards. You'll get a blinking R up here on the console that shows you that you're in reverse. So then you go in reverse, and then when you want to go back into forward again, while the engine is idling, just press it, release it, and the motor stops, spins, and then the blinking R will go away. So the one thing with these machines is they do not like to go in reverse when they're cold. So we always recommend whenever you park the machine, so if you're parking it at a restaurant on the trail, or if you're keeping the sleds overnight, is always make sure that you can pull straight out when you start the machine. Never park the machine where you have to reverse, because they do not like to go in reverse when they're cold. When they're warm, there is no problem with it. So next thing with the machines is how to start the machines. So there is a key switch up here to start the machines, and there's also a pull rope here, recoil, to start the machines. When the machines are cold, we do like to use the recoil to start the machines. These machines here are carbureted, so they have a choke. So right now in that position, the choke is off. That's half choke. That's full choke. So this dial does not go like a clock. It's simply down is off, middle there is half choke, and then all the way up is full choke. So when the machines are cold, you always have to full choke them. And we always, when you're on the trail, if you've stopped less than 15 minutes, we don't recommend you choking the machines. If you try to start it, it doesn't want to start, just give it a half a choke, let the machine start. As soon as the machine starts, you can take the choke off. So, and then also again, the recoil, especially if you have our sleds overnight in our cold mornings, we don't recommend using the electric start if the machines have been sitting overnight. We always want to start the machines with the recoil. And the first off is you want to loosen the machine up. Don't pull on the recoil cord right away hard. Just loosen it up, and then the air. And then you could, once you loosen it up, then you can kind of pull on to get it started. Once the machines are warm, the electric start works really well. So another thing we tell our guests is when you're on the trails, whenever you want to stop the engine, is hit that red switch right there. So press that down. Again, that'll kill the machine. I'll go over this in a little bit, but then keep that up when you're done. So the reason we tell guests this is you can turn the machine off like this, but now the key can fall out. So we've had guests that they're on the trail, they turn the machine off, they pull out, and their glove or something on their sleeve catches the key falls in the snow, now you don't have a key. All right, so especially on the trail, keep the key in the run position. It won't fall out right now. Then you can use this switch right there to kill the machine. So I'll just go over that real quick. We'll just start it. And again, that kills the machine. And again, right when the machine is killed, pop it up right away so you don't forget that. So, because the machine will not start like that. So up, right when the machine stops, that way you never forget. And then up here on the console, basically we have these set up so you have your miles per hour, you have your RPMs, and you have the time of day. That's the settings that we have it in. People do kind of mess with it a little bit. Please don't touch the controls up here. So everything is set the way we want it. Your gas is right here. So these machines just have kind of a float dial here for your gas. Pretty simple there. So always what we tell our guests is, everybody's will ask, well, how long can we go in a tank of gas? So what we tell guests, once you get to a half a tank, you either need to be coming back to us or back to your lodging or heading to a gas station. You don't want to be at a half a tank of gas and going somewhere where you don't know there's gas. So that's what we tell our guests. If you follow that rule, you'll have no issues. Kind of working back here. So this machine right now has the passenger seat on. If you are riding single, we remove the passenger seat. So again, all of our machines come standard with a passenger seat that's removable. And I'll show you that at the very end here. Next thing I should have came back here. If you are renting a helmet from us, this cord right here is for your electric shield on your, there's a pigtail on your helmet. So leave this cord on the machine, and as you enter and exit the machine, you have a pigtail from your helmet. It'll just plug right in there, all right? So again, when you exit the machine, unplug here, just let that lay there, and then you can get off. There's gonna be about a foot pigtail on your helmet. And then this one right here is for the passenger. So this one, same thing. Kind of keep it wrapped up. If you're not using it, I actually would take it off if you don't have, your passenger's not riding with you, because this cord can come down and get caught in the track. And then this switch right here, where we're talking about the passenger, this is your passenger heated grips switch right here. So again, if you have a passenger, there's off, there's high, and then low. And again, these are for the heated hand grips for the passenger seat. And then to access our saddle bags here, saddle boxes, very simple. There's this lever right here. This swings out. So if you have the passenger seat on, this is how you access your saddle box here. There's a zipper, like we always recommend putting your stuff in here and zippering this up because snow can get in the hard case here. And then when you got your stuff, make sure both buckles get strapped. And then this simply just goes like that. And then, if you don't have the passenger seat on, that's a very simple thing to do. Next thing to do is I'll show you the oil reservoir. So our oil reservoir is on the right side of the machine. So there's this little pin right here. You got to kind of turn counterclockwise to undo. And then there'll be one up here, same thing. So again, turn counterclockwise, kind of clips it. This buckle right here comes off. And you don't need to take it completely off. You can just set it, just like open it up like this. And right here is your oil reservoir. So if you have the machines more than 2 days, we usually will show you, you need to worry. So basically, what they recommend, is for every tank of gas, there's roughly about a gallon of oil. This is a 2 oil reservoir. So once you get to your second tank, full tank of gas, that's when you need to start adding oil. So we sell oil here, or you can add, at all the local gas stations, they have a 2-cycle snowmobile oil that you can purchase at the gas station. So, and again, typically that's when our guests are, have the machines more than 1 day is when they really need to kind of worry about. Once you get to about your second tank of gas fill, that's when you need to start checking your oil. So, and then to put this back together, just kind of put that back up here. I usually start up here with this one right here. This seems to work better. I'm gonna click it in there. Sometimes they can be a little stubborn. So there it caught. Then I'll do the buckle here. Then I'll get this front one right here. The front one seems to go in a little bit better. So, and then I'll just show you what the machine looks like without the passenger seat. Again, if you're riding 2-passenger or 2-up, we call it, we'll already have the passenger seat on for you. But if you're riding single, I just show guests this just so you know what the machine will look like. So there it is. So that's what the machine will look like if you're riding single. So thank you for, another thing I should mention here is we don't have it right now, but on the dash up here, we're gonna have a QR code for this video. So you simply just use your phone, QR code, it'll bring up this orientation video. So thank you for watching the orientation video, and look forward to seeing you on the trails.